Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and welcome back to this next video. And this is actually a series of videos on the X-linked color blindness in humans. In this particular series of videos, we are going to see about the inheritance, about the genetics, about the everyday impact, about the diagnosis and the possible treatments of the X-linked color blindness in humans. So the first thing we need to discuss is about the photoreceptors. Now these photoreceptors, they are actually specialized kind of the cells that help the human beings, for example, to see things. Now these photoreceptors in the human beings, they are of two types. One, they are known as the cones. There are about 6 million copies of these cones in the human eye, and these cones, they are actually the photoreceptor which are sensing the light. So you're talking about the bright light, and these cone cells, they are going to help you in the color vision. The other type of the photoreceptors in the human eye, they are known as the rods, and these rods, there are about 120 million copies of these rods in the human eye. So what is the difference between the cones and the rods then? If both of them, they are helping you see things, so there should be a difference between the two. When you talk about these cones, they are going to help you see things in the bright light. And these rods, they are going to help you see things in the dim light. So that is one of the major differences between the two. So when there is light, that means that the eye, they are going to use their cones. When there are dim lights, for example in the night, the eye, they are going to use their rods to see things. If you look at the structure of these cones and the rods, just like the other cells, they've got these mitochondria, they have got these nuclei, and they have got these synaptic endings, and these synaptic endings are actually connecting these cones and the rods to the brain, thereby helping you see things, whether these are the cones or they are the rods. If we talk about the type of the cones in the human beings, there are three types of the cones. One, they are known as the red cones. These particular red cones are going to have genes, and those particular genes are going to detect the wavelength ranging from 620 to 750 nanometer. The green cones, they are actually responsible for you can say detecting the wavelengths ranging from 495 to 570 nanometer. And the blue cones, the third type of the cones, which actually detect the wavelength ranging from 380 to 500 nanometer. Now the genes that are present in these particular cones and are responsible for detecting the blue light, that is present on the chromosome number 7. The cones like the green cones and the red cones, the genes that are present on the X chromosome. What that would mean is that you are going to detect the red and the green light due to the presence of the genes on the X chromosome. You are going to detect the blue light, and the gene for that particular blue light detection, that is present on the chromosome number 7. If you talk about the specialized genes, so the genes that is detecting the blue light, that is known as the OPN1SW. This S is for the short and this W is for the wavelength. That would mean you are going to detect a very short wavelength in comparison to the other wavelength, and you can see that over here. If you talk about the green, the gene, that particular gene is known as the OPN1MW. This M is the medium and this W is the wavelength, and as you can see, this is the medium wavelength. Like this is the shortest one, this is the largest one, and this is the medium wavelength responsible for detecting the green things, the green light. Now if you talk about the third one, that is known as the red, and that particular gene is known as the OPN1LW. This L is for the long, this W is for the wavelength. And if you see over here, the red, the wavelength responsible for detecting the red light, that is the largest of the wavelength among these particular genes. If you talk about these cones, as I've told you, there are three types. So the red cones, they are actually known as the L cones. So those particular cones which are responsible for detecting the red light, those particular cones are known as the L cones, and they are about making 60% of the cones. If you talk about the green one, those particular cones which are responsible for detecting the green light, they are known as the M cones, and they are actually responsible for making 30% of the cones. And the last one, they are known as the S cones, which are responsible for detecting the blue light, and they only make about 10% of the cones. So these L cones, they are responsible for detecting the red light. The M cones, they are responsible for detecting the green light, and the S cones, they are responsible for detecting the blue lights. If you talk about the human eye, so the human eye only detects these three colors. But the brain mixes the signals from different cone cells to create a wide spectrum of the color that we perceive. Say, for example, if you look at over here, like there is no yellow cone over here. So what that means is that the brain is going to merge the color from different cones, and by merging them, it can give you the yellow color, or you can see the things as yellow. Now, when there are problems with these cone pigments, for example, there is some problem with the red cones, there is a problem with the cones responsible for detecting the green color, responsible for detecting the blue color, that is going to impair the color discrimination. And this particular condition then is known as the color blindness, because your detection of the color that gets impaired. If you talk about these cones, whatever the cone is there, whether they are the L cones, the M cones, or the X cones, they are going to detect light. They are converted, those particular light which is detected, that is converted into the electrical signal, and those particular electrical signal are then interpreted by the brain to give you the color of the specific things you are seeing at that particular time. Now, where are these cones present? If you look at the eye, so in the retina of the eye, this is the retina of the eye, and if you zoom this, you are going to see these particular cones over here. These gray one over here, they are the rods over here. You have got three types of the cone over here. You can see the green cones, the red cones, and the blue cones. So these particular cones, they're actually present in the retina of the eye. So you might be thinking how these cones they actually works. So let us discuss this in a very simple way. If you talk about the cones, so inside the cones there are light sensitive pigments which are known as the photopsins, and these photopsins they are actually the G protein coupled receptors. These G protein coupled receptors, they are a specialized type of the transmembrane receptors, and they are classified under the heading of the multipass transmembrane proteins. By multipass transmembrane proteins, I mean that these particular G proteins, they are going to span the membrane multiple times, and if you specifically talk about the G protein coupled receptors, they are going to span the membrane 7 times. So these photopsins, they are protein, and they are actually the G protein coupled receptors. And these photopsins, they are actually responsible for helping you seeing things. And this is actually the step where the process of detecting light it starts. So how the process starts? The light comes, the light enter into the eye, and that falls on the retina. And in the retina, you have got these cones over here, whatever the cone that is, whether that is a green cone, a red cone, or the blue cone. So when the light falls on these cones, there are photopsins present in these cones. These photopsins, they are going to change shape. That particular change shape is responsible for causing a biochemical cascade of reactions, and that particular biochemical cascade of reaction is going to give you an electrical signal. So if you look at over here, when the light enters, that falls on the retina, that falls on the cones. So these particular cones, the photopsin inside these cones, they are going to change shape. That particular change shape is responsible for causing a cascade of the biochemical reaction, generating an electrical signal. And if you can see over here, these particular cones, they are connected with these neurons over here, and these particular neurons, they are going to detect the electrical signal. That particular electrical signal is sent through the retinal neurons. You can see these particular neurons over here, and through these neurons the message is going to travel to the brain through the optic nerve, and when it reaches the brain is going to give you the color of the particular things you are seeing at that particular time. So this is in simple terms how these cones that they work. Say for example, if there is a thing which have got multiple colors, so so your eye could be using the green cone, the red cone, and the blue cone all at a time, then your brain is going to mix them, and after that particular mixing, that is going to give you the color of that particular object. So in the next video, I'll be talking about the inheritance of this X-linked color blindness. And as the name indicates, we are only going to focus on the genes that are present on the X chromosome, because we are focusing on the X-linked. So that would mean we will be talking about the red, and we're talking about the green cones, because the genes that are present that are responsible for detecting the blue light that are present in the blue cones, that is, you can say, present on the chromosome number 7. So we are not going to discuss them.